Mobile engineers, aspiring mobile engineers, software engineers, community builders. This special episode is actually carved out for you because I have in studio and set with me a very, very special person, a community organizer, community manager, front-end engineer in React, React native engineer, public speaker, content creator, advocate for quality education, TEDx speaker. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. His profile is packed. Welcome with me, Steven Afolayan.
Thank you for listening to answer the question.
I mean, thank you for coming to the show and for joining us today.
Thank
You know, as I was reading, I can see a lot of community and colleagues. So my first question to you would be, so what is the role that community has played in your coding journey and vice versa? Or it didn't even play any role or there's no benefit to it? I mean, like, I can see you're doing a lot of that, so you want to just give it a little brief.
I think community played a lot of role, right? Although the way it started out seems to be like I was the one that went in search for comment.
Oh,
Okay, so I stay in a very remote village, right? Like remote town. So I used to have these senior engineers. They visit. They're actually from down. But they only visit maybe once in a year or once in 2 years.
okay.
So I had this, conversation with one of them. So he gave me a folder that contains a lot of PDFs from, different tech, web, mobile, and different kind of things. So then I was reading through. So I'll reach out to them to know, okay, which one am I learning next? So they just show me the PDF. They just, okay, go and read this one. The name of the file is this and all of that. So I was learning, but they are not in the town, right? They're just coming from Lagos, from Port Harcourt, and all. So I was learning alone, and it was boring.
Okay.
So it was boring because, you might even run into a box sometimes. You are going to be on Stack Overflow. In fact, when you search Google,
Right.
and all the links are red, like you visited all of them. So then, I now heard about events that's happening in Ilorin. So I used to come to Ilorin
Okay.
to check what's happening and all of that. So when I go, anytime I come into Ilorin, most times it's a day's journey, right? I just come with like 4 hours drive to Ilorin, attend the 2 hours, and then you go back to Kogi. So what I do is, and I was like, when I go back home, I was okay. At least I can find one or two people. Let's join together. So in that search for someone who also is interested in coding and all of that. So I found some few guys. And so that's how community started.
Wow. Interesting. So you didn't have to learn alone again.
Yeah.
So how was that? Was it better? Was it exciting? Did you have to really learn with them?
Well, I think it's far more better, right? Far more. Because, there's this thing that happens if you're in a place, you are confined in a place where you don't have minds you can talk to. You'll find yourself being quiet for a lot.
Thank you so much. So you're a mobile engineer. Why mobile engineer? Because I know most people that I know are like web developers, and so I just wanted to know is there a specialty to that, or is just
Well, I used to be a full stack PHP developer, right?
okay?
So I started with PHP before I wrote Coordinator, then I did Laravel when when a lot of learning curves out coming. So I had to like, okay, I want to do something else. And then eventually I actually started out with Android, like native Android.
Okay.
So after writing native Android for a while, so I was looking for, I just want to build apps, right? I don't really want to go into, separating learning curves. You have to learn iOS, you have to learn, Android and all that. So I think I started out with Ionic. So Ionic is also a kind of library like React Native. But my issue with Ionic then was that we have a very delicate kind of place.
Oh.
So when you are downloading dependency, when the dependency comes, you have to start configuration.
Right.
So what I did was I kind of just ventured into web. So I was just doing all of web, writing PHP, Stack. So it was I think I started mobile maybe 2020. And that was because I was I was cutting out of a lot of tasks, a lot of commitments. So I just want to do something else. I just want to concentrate on community and still move with my tech. So that was why I started with, I'll be writing React. And I started with React Native.
And how has that journey been? Do you sometimes feel like, oh, maybe I wish I had stayed on where it was?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
For me, right? For me, they are all tools, right? They are all tools. It's just like a mechanic, right? The more you buy your tools, the more you have a contract for any problem you want to solve, right? So for me, they are it too.
Speaking of tools, what has been the most exciting tool that you've used so far? And then, I mean, looking into the future, what is one tool that you're looking at? I think I want to handle this one, like, that you're looking forward to using.
Well, the
Mm-hmm.
most exciting is actually here.
Ah.
Yeah, so, sorry, this is a little child. So the thing is, I don't really, so I have a personal principle. I don't name myself a role if I have not spent at least a year there.
Mm.
So like for prompt engineering, I've been there for almost 3 years.
Wow.
But for AI, I've not really been up to here. So that's why I don't really talk more about AI. I think it was exciting for me to be here.
Wow. So do you think AI can, I mean, there's a lot of buzz around here. So do you think it's just in buzz or AI is here to stay?
Well, AI is here to stay. Because AI has been here actually. We are not, it's just not as advanced as this now. For example, have you thought about when you are typing in on Microsoft Word 2003 and then, you see this squiggle line highlighting your text?
Yeah.
What do you think those are?
Ah.
So those are natural language processing.
Hmm.
So it being here is just not as advanced, right? So now the ability to reason by itself and do a lot of things. So those are very, very big advantages.
Wow. Can I ask what language model you're currently using right now?
When I say language model, like model for AI,
Yeah.
well, all of us use OpenAI.
Okay.
So
While we are, still answering questions, I mean, there's a game we play. So you can you have three options, three meals set in front of you. Whichever one you pick, you'll be answering a question on that.
that's fantastic.
All right, so just pick one. So while you're opening that,
Okay.
while you're picking that, so if you would start over, right? If you would start again, what do you have?
I have tech tabuki.
Take that. Okay. So I'll give you a word, and then I'll tell you what not to use to describe that word.
Okay.
But you have to describe it in a way that we will understand.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. So back to my question before we come to the end.
Yeah.
So if you're starting, what did you feel like? I mean, you talked about community, right? When you were starting out. But aside from community, what is one thing I think that if you had it then, it might have accelerated your learning or your journey, right? Or what is one thing I think that you will do differently this time if you're learning again and with the experience you have now and how far you go?
If I'm learning again, actually, I think I'll just stick with one technology and then just stay with it. So although I had to learn a lot of things back then because, I'm starting up a community and leading up a community. I didn't know some things like this. So I had to learn, then transfer the starting knowledge to some people, the wrong things, right? So that's what I was doing there. And that was what brought me to different kind of things, like all of that. So if I'll be starting from fresh, I'll just do it once.
So how easy can for a total beginner, how are you able to pick one thing that you just know that can work for you? Like I mean, like you said, now you just pick one thing and stay with it. So how easy is that to just be able to pick one thing and stay with it when you start?
Well, interest is important and passion, right? I don't pick things if I don't see the impact there. So, for example, if I'm picking AI, I already know the industry I want to use AI. So I'm not jumping around the industry. So it's just like, okay, I want to do this with AI. And that's the only thing I'm focused on.
Thank you so much. So to your question, now I mean the front end person. So explain framework, right? Without using the words library, code, or tools. So
Without using the word library, code, or tools.
So and it's just very simple.
Frameworks.
Yeah. In short sense.
Okay. framework is a skeleton design.
Okay.
That if you follow it, you will achieve the end result.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
A skeleton design. Like you follow it.
You follow the rules, and then you achieve. So it's just like a skeleton, right?
Okay.
So when you see that, taking the flesh and all of that, that this is like up there standing for. So if you're able to put all of the parts together, you get it done. That's probably the worst revelation ever.
I will make doing that. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's
Thank
such a pleasure having you today.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. What is one thing that you like to tell our listeners and viewers to advise somebody starting out? Just one word of advice.
Starting out for tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, stay focused. Forget the balls, forget the old noise. Just pick your team and do it. Just pick your team and do it.
Can I come your way again on Code Compass?